Hey GITV, I'm Daniel. Today we are going over the new CM037 Beta Spetsnaz. So this is kind of a cool gun if you guys are familiar with CYMA guns at all. They make a lot of MP5s and also a lot of AKs as well. A lot of the AKs that they do make are full-size AK-47s and 74s. They also make a few like RPKs, bigger AKs and stuff like that. This is kind of cool because it's a little bit different. This is a lot smaller, a lot more compact. So first, one thing that I do like about it, I'm more into the more modern guns. I like that it has a more all-black finish. So it is more of a plastic polymer construction. It is surprisingly sturdy though. Like just trying to wobble or make it creak, it actually doesn't have like a lot of the creaks of maybe some of those other lower end AEGs out there. So I'm actually surprised at the sturdy construction of it, just besides it being mostly polymer plastic. The other thing that I do like, if you guys heard me talk about before, is it's lightweight. Lightweight and mobile is definitely a good thing, especially when you're out there playing for hours on end. So besides that, it does have a lot of the familiar AK controls. Selector switch on the side, magazine releases ambidextrous in the middle there. It is kind of cool. It does come with a shorty AK mag. I believe this should hold about 200 rounds or so. So pretty standard. Make sure when you guys are rocking in the mags, rock it in, rock it out. Otherwise you could damage the magazine. But it's kind of cool to see CYMA coming out with something a little bit more CQB friendly that isn't as big. Personally, I'm not usually a huge fan of AK-47s. I only have one in my arsenal, but I do like this one because, once again, more lightweight and mobile too. One thing I do like about AKs is that traditional like M4s, you have the gun here and then the stock just goes straight out. So a lot of players have the problem where you're wearing that face mask, you can't get down into your sights and you can't see without some kind of riser or without some kind of really low profile mask setup. AKs are kind of cool for Airsoft in that sense, is that the stock actually goes lower. So it might be a little easier to get down and get down on your targets. So that's a kind of a nice feature, which obviously wasn't meant with Airsoft in mind, but kind of a benefit there as well. FPS reading on this should be around 370-ish. So let's take a look at the chrono and we'll be back in just a second. Oh, didn't see you there. So that was the chronograph reading that we did. A little bit different than I expected. It was shooting right between 350 and 360 FPS. So that's a pretty solid reading. A few other details about this gun. You do have a small Picatinny rail at the bottom, so if you want to add an accessory, you can add a small grip flashlight or maybe a laser. I'd probably go with the grip personally. A few other things. We have the battery compartment here in the back. That's kind of good when the AK battery compartment is back there, is because it's a bigger compartment, meaning you can put a bigger battery. You can always upgrade to something that's going to last a little bit longer, or maybe be a little bit more powerful. I'd recommend going with something like a 9.6 volt battery. It's going to be a good power source for the gun that's a little bit more powerful than the first battery that it comes with. Not so much that it's going to destroy the gun or anything, but it's just going to have the gun run a little bit more healthy too. So besides that, a few things about CYMA, or one of the attractive things about CYMA that I actually like is the price point. A lot of their guns are not too expensive. For example, this guy's only going for about $140 on the website. Not a bad deal considering you get the gun, the magazine, the battery, and the charger. The gun does come with a battery and a charger as well. The charger is a trickle charger, so it does not stop when it's done charging, so I would recommend getting a smart charger if you guys don't have one already. Besides that, this is just kind of a cool AK that's even different than a lot of the other AKs out there, that it just has it all black, more modern finish, more CQB, more compact as well. So this is the new CM037. Thanks for watching, guys.
the products in this video are relevant to your interests, then you can purchase them with the Airsoft GI Savings Trifecta and save lots of money.
I'm Deputy Joe LaMonaco. On behalf of the LA County Sheriff's Department in association with Airsoft GI, I want to remind you that your airsoft guns can be mistaken as actual firearms in public. I also want to remind you that never, ever take a firearm near a school.
Works hard for the money.